What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Happy Monday, people. Happy Monday. Whoo, feels good today to be a gooner, I'm telling you. Haaland incoming, people. Haaland incoming. We're taking his name off the banned list. Oh, dear me, people. I'm telling you, I can hear the music in the background. It's ringing off in my ears. These are the champions. This program is sponsored by Heineken. Dun, dun, dun. Official sponsors of the Champions League. Dun, dun, dun. I'm ready for it. I don't know the words, but I need to hear that music at the Emirates. I'm ready for the Tuesday nights, people. Big up everyone in the chat. Hope you are well. And listen, it was a good weekend for the Gooners, that is for sure. Stand up if you hate Tottenham. Yeah, Mike, no problem. We have to stand up quick. We can't not. We're shameless out here. Listen, we deserve it. I tell people this all the time. You know how much suffering we've been through supporting Arsenal over the last few years. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode quick. Comments are flying in, people. Let me slow it down. There we go. Pull up that blood clot. Pull up. You just had? Of course I had to. I'm shameless, people. Absolutely shameless. I told you, I'm very close to boarding the train, the Mikel Arteta train. You know, I'm tempted. The doors are open. I'm considering. Big up Captain Sally said, big up Big C in the C unit. C unit. Where, people? Happy Monday. Feels good being in the top four. All right, we stand up one more time. We stand up one more time for the top four, people. Yeah, Maddison mode. I mean, Maddison, you didn't really turn up yesterday, bro. You know, they said 60 million and all that. I didn't really see it. I saw our number 10 doing madness stuff. Man's in all black like a stealth. I'm telling you, we're just sneaking our way to top four like a submarine. Underwater. We don't need all the hype. Just boom, we're just going to pop up. They ain't going to know what's happening when Seb Platter and them man start pulling us out the Champions League draw. Like, Arsenal? Like, what? I didn't even know you was back. Yeah, we just handle business quietly, man. Arsenal recovery today. Why did I not put that in the title as well? We've had many Arsenal therapies, and we know what they're usually about. This is the start of Arsenal recovery, people. We've had enough therapy sessions. We don't need no more. This is recovery now, people. Sponsored by, you know, man, you turn on Champions League, you hear that's sponsored by Heineken, the official sponsor of the UEFA Champions League. And you think, yo, man, when are Arsenal going to get back into that party, man? We ain't been in that rave for a long time. I'm ready for that. I can't lie. But we move, people. Right, I'm going to put out a quick appeal before we start. Has anybody seen Sidon? If you see him in any chat room, I know he goes on certain other channels. If you see him, send him my best wishes, right? He was saying a heck of a lot before the game, telling me he was calling him Odegaard, saying Maddison was clear. You know, Iheanacho's going to ruin us. If anybody sees Sidon in any chat room, give him my best wishes. Tell him, you know, we're all thinking of him at this difficult time. And, you know, we'll do a Leicester therapy maybe over on Twitch. You know, we'll try our best. It happens to all of us, bro. I'm sorry. But, yeah, if anybody sees Sidon, you know, you're in our thoughts, my friend. You are in our thoughts. I'm sure he ain't going to turn up today. That is for damn sure. Right, people. Let me start. Happy Monday, by the way. Happy Monday. King says we need to call it Conte mode, the way the process is moving. Bro, Conte will be out of there before they even know what's hit him over there at Tottenham. He'll be long gone. Let's have a look. Tarbo said Big C missed out on a big pay on that Partey prediction. I mean, listen. Sometimes I get them a little bit wrong. I can't lie. We all get them wrong sometimes. But when you get them right, you have to really lean on it. I had a good weekend with the predictions. I should have done the lottery this weekend. On Saturday at 2-2, Man U Spurs on the stream, I said Ronaldo will score the winner and it will be a header. He scores it. Yesterday I said Partey scoring, although I thought it might be a long-range banger, but the header will take it. Partey scores. Somebody said they got 18-1 on first goal scorer. Lacazette, you bold fraud. I mean, listen, Lacazette, we've got a... My feelings towards Lacazette are very mixed. I can't lie, people, you know. It's one of them, like, I want Lacazette to do well. I really do. But he frustrates me. I can't lie, you know. I need goals. But he got his goal yesterday. I'm glad, man. I'm really glad he got his goal. He needed it bad. He needed it bad. But listen, people, let's get a few of your comments in. Big up to each and every one of you. Dre said, Curtis, I need 7 numbers. Bro, I wish I had them numbers myself. Come Curtis Crystal Ball Shaw. Oh, man. Ishmael said, man, I don't like your negativity, really, but today you're on point. Keep it up. Ishmael, listen, let me tell you something. I will never avoid those type of comments either, right? As long as you're respectful, I don't hide from them comments, right? I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. I had this ready and fully loaded. A little stat that we had. Right, where is it? Oh, don't tell me. Right, here we go. Little stat that we had. Sometimes people say, oh, you've been too harsh on Arteta. You've done this, you've done that. I always say, listen, I just want the best for Arsenal. This was last year, October. And don't worry, we have a different picture that's more positive. This was Arsenal's last 10 results from October the 17th till the 19th of December. 1 victory, 2 draws, and 7 defeats. Now, I don't believe that any manager would survive that run at any of the, what we would call the big six. Klopp, Pep, I mean, maybe. They'd probably walk out. They wouldn't get sacked. Them man would walk out, punch someone in the face. He was extremely lucky there were no fans in the stadium because he would have been gone. Simple as that. They wouldn't have accepted that, right? We lost to Villa, we lost to Leicester, we lost to Burnley. We were losing to everyone, right? I think at the time, every Arsenal fan had a right to have a negative feeling towards the manager. Now, let me flip it. I don't want people to just say, oh, why are you bringing that up? Now, this is our last 10 results now. 8 victories, 1 draw, 1 defeat. I will always be a reflection of what I'm seeing on the pitch from that team. So, this is our current run of 10 games. Arteta's getting props from me. Man's getting flowers and respect. But like man is saying, we went through some dark days last year, people. And that's where my energy was coming from. So I honestly don't believe I've ever really been unfair on Arteta. I think he was very lucky to survive. However, he's been given time. I'm seeing a lot of progress. And I'm enjoying watching Arsenal again. The thing for me, we got to get over that finish line. There's no point beating Usain Bolt for the first 60 metres and then he runs past you the last 40 and wins the gold. We got to get over the finish line. We got to get top 4. For me, Arsenal have to get top 4. If we get 5th or 6th, yeah, at the start of the season, I would have accepted that. From the position we're in now, 12 games to go, life itself, people, is about taking opportunities when they present themselves. We're not always ready for them. We're not always ready for them. Sometimes we plan, well, you know, I'm not going to have a kid until I've got 20 grand in the bank and I've bought the house and I've got the car. Next minute, you know, you've got 600 quid in the bank and she's expecting. You know what I mean? And you got to make it work. Life comes at you fast sometimes. We thought this year was just, yeah, get back into Europa League and we keep it moving next year. Nah, the chance is there. Go and get it, people. Go and get it. We got to go and get Champions League football this season. So, as I said, I'm a reflection of what I see, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Big up my bro, Fran. He said, big up community, hit the likes for my boy. Big up, Fran. I was listening to your show in the car and your player ratings and that. Although, I can't believe you gave Thomas Partey an 8 out of 10. He'll be getting more than that on this channel, I'm telling you. But I understood your reasoning behind it. Big up, Fran. Mr. Chain said, what up, Big C? I would love to be a mod for the C unit. And also, I suggest you do match reviews to help when we miss the watch-alongs. I suppose this is the review. But yeah, maybe I could do a more in-depth one. I always watch the game the following morning. So I did watch it this morning. But big up. I am going to maybe change some of the mods because I see a few of the mods. Most of you are still active, but 1 or 2 of them are not on the channel often now. So maybe we'll move a few over. Jean said, big up, Big C. Your energy is always based on what you see. And I respect that. Let's get over the finish line. That's it, man. That's it. Big up Kai, who said, big up Curtis, at work at the moment. Ever need any electrical stuff doing, I'll give you that C unit discount. Hey, man, I'll hold you to that if there's a problem. I'll come for you, man. Big up Arsenal, who said, C unit in the house. Best YouTube channel going. Tuning in from Destin, Florida, USA. Big up, bro. Big up Bumpy Johnson from a happy Barbados. Let's get into the game and yesterday, people. We're going to do, obviously, player ratings, a little bit of press conference reaction from the manager. and we'll have a little review of the game overall, get your comments and thoughts in and all them bits and pieces. Obviously, we're going to do a preview to the Liverpool game tomorrow, hoping to get a Liverpool fan on. Sent a couple messages out. One or two of them have responded, so hopefully we'll get one on tomorrow. Tomorrow night as well, Champions League watch-along. Man United against Atletico. Arsenal watch-along against Liverpool Wednesday. And then we head to the weekend. So busy week. International break starts after this weekend. So I'm not looking forward to that, if I'm being honest. Simple said, would you eat waffles live on stream if we beat Liverpool? Why not? Why not? Thursday stream, waffles and syrup. And Arteta on the green screen. I said if we get top 4, but if we beat Liverpool, maybe we do it anyway. Buenos Aires Guna, big up Curtis, bro. Preach that good stuff. 5,000 reward for finding Sid. I don't know. I think he needs a couple days just to, figure things out. I can't lie. Man's, he's not happy. He's disappeared quietly. Alexia Curtis, big up from Jamaica. Big up. Let's go. Aubameyang and Troops link up. Yeah, I mean, I'll just mention it quickly. I know people don't like to talk about Aubameyang much anymore. Troops was in Barcelona yesterday. Went to see the game. Obviously met up with Aubameyang. Good to see them two linking up. I still talk to Troops, man. He's a good guy. And Aubameyang scored in that game as well, I believe. So he's doing well. It was interesting that Piers Morgan was on social media saying, I can't believe we've let him go and we'd be even better with him. Aubameyang responded saying, listen, sometimes it's best for all parties. So I think the feeling now is that everybody did the right thing in those circumstances. Even me at the start, I've got to be honest, I was struggling to get my head around what was happening. But I think at the moment, we kind of feel like it was a relationship that couldn't be repaired. And listen, let's hope we get over the finish line. Let's hope we get over the finish line. Let's talk about the game. Let's concentrate on the good stuff. Arsenal, as you can see by the title, we turned them foxes into puppies again, people. Wolves turned up the other week thinking they had, animal instincts. They got dealt with as well. And I mean, if you deal with wolves, mate, you can deal with a little fox. I see foxes around the ends, man, scurrying in the looking for food and that. They got handled, man. They got dealt with. 6 points against Leicester, people. 6 points against Leicester. The last time that Arsenal took 6 points off Leicester was actually the year Leicester won the title. Alexis Sanchez in the gold Puma kit scored the hat-trick away from home. I think we beat them 5-2. And then obviously the famous Danny Welbeck header last minute. I was at that game, man. I say it all the time. I thought we won the title that day. I thought we were title winners. Everyone was saying, Leicester. I said, nah, man, we just beat them last minute. We've took 6 points. We're winning the league. Then Giroud went 15 games without scoring, and you know how that one ends. So it is what it is. Nathan said, big up from Joburg, South Africa. Got a job interview tomorrow. Could use a Curtis Shaw. Big up. Hey, good luck, man. Own it. I always tell people, own it. When you go to these interviews, let them know what you can do for them. Let them know you're an asset to them. That's how you got to go on. Don't write off United just yet. 100%. Listen, I got to be honest. I predicted United would get fourth because of their individual quality. It's still going to be close because we've got a very difficult run. That is for sure. But it's in our hands, and that's a good thing. Draw or win against Poole. Listen, I got to be honest. I want us to win, of course. If you offered me a draw against Liverpool right now, I would take that and lock the game off. Don't even play it. You offered me a point right now, I would snap your hand off for that and then go and beat Villa at the weekend. 7 points would be a fantastic return for this week. Let me tell you, going into the international break. Man said, good luck. Yeah, big up. See, community settings, people. That's what we're about here. Jake said, you're interviewing them attitude. Exactly. What can you do for me? That's how you got to go on with these people. But anyway, right, let's get into it. Lacquer. Delighted for him. Absolutely. All right, I might have called him a bold fraud. But he needed that goal desperately. Big up Kailash as well, who said first day for his first job today. Amazing day. Good luck, man. Good luck. All the best, Kailash. Lacazette got his goal. I mean, penalty. I said however he scores. If it comes off his kneecap, off his head, off his beard, however. Just get it in. Great penalty as well, by the way. A lot of people discount penalties. Oh, it's a penalty. I'm like, bruv, you ever take a penalty under pressure? It's not easy. And it doesn't matter what level you take a penalty at, even Sunday league level. In a big game, you feel pressure when you take a penalty. So that was a great penalty. And, Schmeichel's a decent keeper as well in goal. So, yeah, people were saying he was shushing me. Man could hear the stream. He said, nah. But he handled it well. He handled it very well. And I just hope now that gets him going. He needs to get going. I mean, a quick look at the stats. I think what was positive about yesterday was the amount of shots we had, people. 21 shots on goal yesterday. I always say you got to speculate to accumulate. If you don't shoot, you don't score. And 21 shots, 8 on target. You've got a chance of winning games if you do that, especially in your home games. Interesting that Leicester had more possession. 54% possession for Leicester. But they didn't really hurt us that much. They had 3 shots on target. We had 1 incredible save from our boy Ramsdale. But apart from that, I never really felt like they were going to score. Listen, Leicester played a weaker team. Let's not make no mistake about that. They're prioritising the Europa Conference League. I think their league season is pretty much over with now. They're not going to get relegated. They're not going to get in Europe. So Rodgers wants to win the Conference League. If you win the Conference League, you qualify for the Europa League. So he left Ndidi and Tielemans on the bench. But ultimately, you've still got to beat what's in front of you. Leicester are no, soft touch. They're always going to cause you problems. And we handled them. We absolutely handled them. And I'm enjoying watching Arsenal. The biggest compliment that I can give to Mikel Arteta for all the criticism I've given him, for everything that we've been through as a fan base, is that I'm genuinely enjoying watching Arsenal play football. There was a time I was streaming on here just in pain watching us play. Like, it was like, what is this? Putting 30 high crosses in and stuff like that. We're genuinely seeing a style of football open its way out to us now on the pitch. We can all see it. It's clear to see. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Graham said, Curtis, the turnaround in our home form has been a major factor. Last season, we lost to Burnley, Leicester, Wolves and Villa. This season, we have taken 10 points from the corresponding games. I always believe in football, your home ground has to be a fortress. It has to. You have to make teams feel like they're coming to your ground and they're struggling. They can't just come there and take points. And listen, as good as Liverpool are, and for anybody who watches this channel on a regular basis, I put money on Liverpool to win the title at the start of the season. As good as Liverpool are, I think Klopp will be thinking this is going to be a difficult game this week at the Emirates. We've won 5 out of 5. We're in form. We have to make life difficult for them if we're going to beat them. And listen, Liverpool are not an easy team to beat. That is for damn sure. But we do have a good record against Liverpool at the Emirates. So, listen, we got to take it to them and see what we can do. Don't forget, people, today's video is sponsored by Spitch. Link in the description. Listen, they've got a brand new Premier League competition going at the moment. It's free to join, as I always say. They're doing competitions at the moment where you can win up to £12,000 a week. And I really want one of you to win that. And if you do win that, hit me up 10%. That's all I want. No, I'm joking. But listen, completely free. Nice and easy, loads of prizes, no-brainer, people. Link in the description. Go and get that downloaded. Big up to them for supporting the channel. Right, let's get into the player ratings. You know how we do it, people. Go through each player. Give me your opinion. We'll break it down. I watched the game this morning, and I've wrote the numbers down already, what I'll give them, but we'll debate it. Maybe you can sway me a little bit, and we'll put the ratings up a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, 10%. That's it, man. You know what I mean? You win 12 grand, 1,200. All right, 5%, 600 quid. I'll take it. We move, people. Right, let's get the teams up. Let's get the team up, and we'll discuss it. Right, let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think he's been great the last few weeks. He's looked a little bit over-eager to perform. But I think yesterday, Aaron Ramsdale was quality for Arsenal. And I tell you something, the save he made from Barnes, it really stops that game from going in a different direction. Sometimes there's moments where you think, if that went in, that could have been a different game. He didn't have much to do. They had 3 shots on target. 2 of them were straight at him. And that one was the one. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, people. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Thought he was solid. He didn't have that much to do. And the thing is, when you look at the save, I think he probably should save it, but you still can't discredit how quick he puts his arm out. That would beat certain goalkeepers. Curried Goatsdale was back in full effect, man. I'm telling you, he's been back on the hard food. 8, Pickford, get out of my way, boy. He's got to hunt him down. He's got to hunt him down, man. Pickford could be in the Championship next season, the way Everton are going. Ramsdale, hunt down Pickford, man. Get in that World Cup team. Pickford, you're under pressure right now. But Ramsdale, 8 out of 10 for me. Like I said, sometimes the best goalkeepers are the ones where they don't have a lot to do and then they suddenly do something, because it's very easy to drop your concentration levels. And I thought it was an amazing save. And listen, Brendan Rodgers is standing there wowing his opposition goalkeeper. You do not see that happen often. So 8 out of 10. Big up Ramsdale. Back at it. Great performance. One thing that Brendan Rodgers said that I liked, he said when they played Arsenal in the home game, he said he felt that he was too animated. He said he was bouncing all over the goal line. He was shouting, his arms were all over. And he said in this game he was a lot calmer, a lot more reserved. And I think that's the maturity of him. When he was first there, he's probably like, yo, I can't believe it. I'm at Arsenal. I've got to prove myself. Now he probably believes in himself. So he's calmed down a little bit. And I really like that. Another clean sheet. 3rd highest clean sheets in the Premier League after Ederson and Alisson. So big up Ramsdale. Let's go to Cedric Suarez at right back. Now, I'm going to be totally honest. I've got 2 numbers down for him, because I'm not totally sure. All right, he got caught out twice. Now, any fullback can get done, right? That's fine. I think it was Dewsbury Hall played a nice little clip over him. Barnes gets in behind him. And then in the second half, he gets dribbled past very easy. But he wasn't bad, and he was playing against a good winger in Harvey Barnes, who's in good form. And apart from those 2 little mishaps, I thought he was quite solid. And as I said, going forward, I do think he helps Saka because he overlaps and Tomiyasu doesn't. I've got 6.5 or 7 for him. I think, he got away with it. I'm going to give him 7 because we're in a good mood and we won. I think he's probably a 6.5, but I don't really want to mark him down that much because as a back four, we kept a clean sheet. He's playing against a good winger. I'll give him his dues. I'll give him a 7, but it's probably a 6.5, if I'm being honest. I've probably marked him up a half there. We'll give him a 7. We're in a good mood, people. Would you want Barnes? I like Barnes. I'm just not sure he'd get in our team and he'd be expensive. Would I want Barnes ahead of Martinelli? No, on that left wing. And he'd be expensive. English player at Leicester, he'd cost 40, 50 million easily. So, I think I'm being generous giving him a 7 there, to be honest. But I thought he did all right. He's going to get ripped on Wednesday. Well, we'll deal with that when we have to deal with it, you know. Kieran Tierney on the other side. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 7.5, people. I think this was one of his better games in recent times. I think tactically, Arsenal have changed over the last few weeks. What I'm seeing now is Tierney doesn't go forward as much, and Xhaka is actually overlapping our left winger, Martinelli. And then Tierney kind of sits in a little bit more. He's not attacking as much. So I actually thought Tierney is not really having to get forward as much now as he was previously. Put in a great tackle as well. You're right, Haroon. Put in a great tackle. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought he was better yesterday. I really do. Playing against Albrighton, I expected Albrighton to get pocketed, and he did. Yeah, I see what I think they're doing, Zafran. And these are the things I like to point out. Little tactical things. When Tomiyasu plays, Tierney gets told to push on. But because we've got Cedric, who's good going forward, I think he's flipped it and said, Tierney, you become the inverted fullback while Cedric plays, because Cedric's delivery going forward is probably better than Tierney's at times. So I think they've switched it round. So I think that's why he's playing a slightly different role. So I'm going to give him a 7.5, people. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Very solid. Didn't have much to do. Albrighton, like I said, I didn't know Albrighton even still played football for Leicester. I thought he left years ago. RCS has become a member. While we're here, people, member stream will be on Wednesday. Member stream will be on Wednesday. We'll do it about 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So We'll do that before the Liverpool game. So all the members that usually get involved around 4 o'clock, look out for the community page, but I will remind you before then. Anyway, let's go to 2 centre-backs, people. Let's go to Gabriel. I thought Gabriel was the lesser of the 2 centre-backs yesterday in terms of quality of performance. Not that he was bad. I don't think he was bad. He had a very good battle with Iheanacho. Iheanacho gave him a little slap and tried to rough him up a couple of times. Kept a clean sheet. I think Gabriel, like I always say with Gabriel, you don't have to beat people up, bro. You don't have to beat strikers up. Just defend calmly and handle business. He dealt with what he had to deal with. I'll give him 7. I'll give him a 7. I don't think he was brilliant. And the 7 might sound harsh because, to be fair, he was probably better than Cedric. But I would say he wasn't as good as Tierney. So I'm going to give him a 7. Has to improve on the ball a little bit for me. Sometimes his passing's a little bit wayward. But still, you know I rate the guy highly. I think he's solid. Another clean sheet. Him and Ben White partnership continues to build. He's in the Brazil squad. Things are going very well for Gabriel at the moment. Another solid performance. 7 out of 10 for me. Let's talk about Benjamin White. I'm going to do you the respect of saying your full name. You wanted to be called Benjamin. I'm going to call you Benjamin today. I thought he was class yesterday. I thought he was class. I've got to be honest. I've been in that club of not being completely convinced by Ben White, if I'm being honest. I have questioned the price tag a number of times. But yesterday, I mean, he played a diag about 40 yards in behind the Leicester left back, straight to Saka. And I thought, that's just different quality. That relieves so much pressure to your team when you've got a centre-back that can do that every now and then. You see people like Van Dijk spraying long passes to Salah and to Mane. You know, Ben White, I thought that was a good performance from him yesterday. And that clearance from Maddison, that is vital. That is absolutely vital. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think he was our best defender by some distance yesterday. I thought he had a brilliant game. Quality on the ball, and the passing was excellent. I really enjoyed it, and a vital block. I think that was one of Ben White's best games, I've got to be honest. Really enjoyed it. Nick said 8.5, and I'm one of his biggest critics. Yeah, exactly. I'm in agreement. Bumpy said 8. Omar, 8. Temi said Ben White, 9. Yes, sir, said this is why we are so good. We always have an outlet. If push comes to shove, Ben White can just lump it to Saka. That tackle to stop Maddison has to be 8.5. Omar don't like the 0.5s. Sometimes I need the 0.5 just to give him a bit more. Let's move on. Let's move on, people, into the midfield. We'll start off with Granit Xhaka. Do you know what? I thought he did all right. I didn't really realise how he'd played until I watched the game back this morning. Because he has games where sometimes you don't notice him doing much. I thought for him it was a pretty solid performance. He played a slightly different role. Got forward a lot more. Overlapped Martinelli. Still wasn't amazing on the ball. But he wasn't booked. You know, Granit Xhaka with no yellow card is always a positive. It's Monday. We're in the top 4. I'm going to give him a 7. I think that's reasonable. I don't think he was exceptional. I think he was the backup dancer to Thomas Partey, but he did his bits. You know, went on that nice little run. I give him a 7. Tarbo said 7 for not getting a red card. Zach said Xhaka was quality, 7. Played some good link-up play. Xhaka kept the game ticking over, 7, said Alan. AG said not noticing Xhaka in a game is a good thing. Snake Eye said he didn't get a card, so 7.5. It adds balance, Big C said Erosh. Giant Gunner said 7 is fair. Curtis, why does he always get caught on his heel? Listen, he ain't the quickest, is he? And Mo gives him a 7.5. Right. And here he is. He's in the chat, people. Curtis, you need to put more respect on my name. Did you see my athleticism? How high I jumped for that ball before the throw-in? Oh, my days. How can I forget that? I didn't even write that down. The man thought he was playing basketball, people. The ball's going out of play. And Granit Xhaka jumps up and catches the ball. I thought he turned into LeBron James. And I can't believe the ref let him off. That should have been a yellow card, but he might have seen the funny side of it. Man thought he was playing for the Lakers. I don't know what was going on. Granite LeBron James, you know. Jeez, what a guy. What a guy. Let's talk about Thomas Partey. Now, I'm going to say it. for me, was man of the match yesterday. And it was a close one. I got to be honest, it was a close one because a certain number 10 or number 8 as he wears for us was exceptional yesterday, and Martin Odegaard as well, and it was close. But I can't lie, I'm leaning towards the general. And I tell you why the general gets man of the match for me yesterday. For 2 reasons. Number 1, what a turnaround. This guy did an interview with Arsenal.com in December and gave himself 4 out of 10. And you know what? I've got so much respect for a player doing that, saying, you know what? Basically, I've been rubbish. And that's not good enough. A lot of players wouldn't take accountability like that. Also, let's face it, he's been playing next to Granit Xhaka. No disrespect to Granit, but this is the first time, really, that we've seen someone build a partnership with Granit Xhaka. So it shows how good Thomas Partey is. And thirdly, you win games, for me, based on what happens in the opposition penalty area. And he scores a goal, which, I called it. And his second chance leads to the handball. So I know a lot of you in the comments will go, no, for me, Odegaard was man of the match. Sky gave Odegaard man of the match, and I respect it. But for me, he scored the header. His second header leads to the penalty. He hits the post with a long-range shot. And on top of that, he bossed the game. He's a monster, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he's an absolute monster. And for me, he's only going to get better. The better this team gets and you take more responsibility off his shoulders, he's going to get even better. He's definitely been on the hard food, man. Straight jollof, rice, none of that Indomie noodles business. Thomas Partey, man of the match. He gets a 9 out of 10 for me. He gets a 9 out of 10. I thought he was exceptional yesterday. But that's the standard. That is the standard. He's been brilliant for the last few weeks. The pigeons agree, man. There's some happy pigeons on top of the Emirates today. I'm telling you, there is some happy pigeons. Right. Someone said we need the first poll of the day. So the poll's going in. We ain't had a poll in there today. More polls than a strip club. Right. The poll is going to be quite simple. Who was your man of the match, Partey or Odegaard? I don't believe there's another name that I need to add. Who was your man of the match? Partey or Odegaard? So we'll see what the community are saying. Who was your man of the match? Partey, Odegaard. There we go, people. The poll is up. Get voting. Let me know who you believe was man of the match yesterday. I'm going for Thomas Partey, 9 out of 10. More polls than a GTA strip club. Partey was mashing up midfield. He's only going to get better. I think we're starting to see now why we paid that 45 million for him and give him 250 grand a week. Let's talk about the other guy who was definitely in contention, and a lot of people will say he was their man of the match, was Martin Odegaard. And I got to be honest with you, it was close. I only leaned towards Thomas Partey because of the goal. And as you know, people, I was quite happy because I said before the game, I think Partey will score. And he did. And but Odegaard bossed the game again. He bossed the game. The different what's gonna happen to Martin Odegaard is sometimes you go to a team and you establish yourself as a player. And if you're not coming to this country with a massive reputation, like let's say what Mesut Ozil had, then teams will allow you to play sometimes because they're not giving you that credit yet. You got to earn their respect. Sometimes the biggest test as a player is once you've earned that respect and you become a target for the opposition manager. Now, for example, this Wednesday we play against Liverpool. He'll probably be in the kind of space where maybe Fabinho's going to be. Fabinho, for me, is one of the best CDMs in world football, if I'm being honest. This is where we will see Odegaard's going to have to take his game even to another level, right? But he's been fantastic for the last few weeks, maybe even a bit longer. He was outstanding yesterday at times. The little 1-2s that he was playing with Thomas Partey, those two are clearly on the same wavelength. And I thought he was brilliant. Elijah said formation looks more Partey centre, Odegaard and Xhaka right and left. Interesting. Manav said, big fan, C-Unit, big up, bro. People calling him Odegaard. Yeah, listen, he was pulling strings like the puppet master yesterday. I can't lie, man. Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard When they looked at that team sheet and said, Ndidi and Tillerman's on the bench, and we're playing against Mendy and Dewsbury Hall, they said, listen, man, we're about to light the Emirates up today. You know what I mean? We ain't messing around today. He was outstanding. He gets a 9 out of 10. Very easily could be given man of the match for me as well. I just lean towards Partey because of the goal. Goals win games at the end of the day. And listen, I agree with you, Matt. He seems to always play slightly to the right towards Saka. He clearly loves playing with Saka. Those two and their link-up play. Thomas Partey loves to get the ball to him between the lines. He was fantastic. He was absolutely brilliant. Odegaard is the king of the dummy, said Alfred. Listen, them Leicester players look like they had dummies because he turned them into babies yesterday. Brilliant performance, 9 out of 10. Stuart said, big up from the Gold Coast, Australia. Big up, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're well. 32 million well spent. I mean, when you think, what did he cost? About 32 million? I mean, we sold Joe Willock for 25 million and we added, 7 million and got Odegaard. Imagine swapping Willock and 7 million for Odegaard. Looks like an absolute bargain. And as I said, people, I don't hide from the fact I always rated him as a player, but I wasn't convinced how successful he would be in this Arsenal team because I didn't think we played football well enough to get him involved in the game enough. We are playing that football now and he is shining. Odegaard could be one of these players that I reckon in 5 years or 3 or 4 years maybe, he could be where you're saying this is one of the best creative players we've had since maybe like Fabregas and Prime Ozil. He's not on those two's level in my opinion, but if his development continues, or on the flip side, it could be a player that we sell and we get 75 million for him, you know, on the flip side if you was to move him on. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Fabregas and Ozil, that is like the pinnacle of creativity. So they're the levels he's got to be looking to work towards, you know. He should switch numbers with Smith Rowe. Yeah, he's a bit more of a 10, isn't he? And Smith Rowe's probably more of an 8, to be honest. So you're right. King said Odegaard is already a 60 million player. He's only 23 years of age. What a buy. Yeah, man, for real. We got bumped for White and recovered on Odegaard. I mean, let's see. I don't want to be too negative towards White. I question the 50 million, but he is playing well at the moment. Bergkamp's stepson, you know. Let's talk about the wingers. Gabriel Martinelli, right. Martinelli was an interesting one for me. I watched the game back, as you know. First off, he went on a few runs, and I felt like Ricardo Pereira had him under control in the first half. I thought he was playing at one tempo too much. Second half, I thought he was ripping him up. That little run where he chips it over his foot, gets the byline, pulls it back. I thought, yeah, now you're cooking. Let's also give him the respect that his corner was fantastic. People will say it's a corner, blah, blah, blah. Listen, the amount of corners that Arsenal put in that are not good enough. So I'm going to give him credit for that. And as I said, goals win games, people. He sets us off with that great corner. It's flicked on and scored. And I'm going to give him a 7.5. Which I think is kind, I've got to be honest. Because I think at times he was wasteful in possession. I still think he has to learn to play at different speeds, as we always say. You can't be predictable. You've got to be able to go, can I go left? Can I go right? Can I slow you down? Sometimes set and run in behind. I can't always get the ball and then, you know, just sprint straight lines winger. The best wingers are the ones who can move different directions, different speeds, know when to run with the ball, know when to shoot. I'm giving him 7.5 as a bit of a compliment for the fact he got an assist and he didn't play great first half, but he came out with a different attitude in the second half, in my opinion. And Ricardo Pereira was taken off with 15 minutes to go. I don't think that's because Martinelli was ripping him apart. I think he obviously planned to take him off, but he was getting the better of him. And as I said on stream yesterday, that Pereira is a very good fullback. So I have to give him his credit. 7.5, man. I just think he's a brilliant player. He's in the Brazil squad. He's only going to get better. Bukayo Saka. I mean, you know what? I run out of compliments to say about this kid. I call him a kid. I'm not being disrespectful. I mean, just because, you know, he's a lot younger than me. But I just think he's a breath of fresh air. His attitude, His spirit, it's infectious. I just think Arsenal fans love this guy. And I watched him, and I've got to be honest, that boy who played, I think it was Thomas. I wrote it down. Yeah, Thomas, the left back for Leicester. They're going to need to check on him this morning. I'm telling you, he might not have turned up for training. He might have taken a week off because he got ruined in the first half by Saka. That boy Thomas, jeez, ruined by Saka. He was spinning him, outpacing him, muscling him, everything. Thomas got ruined. And that Thomas is hyped about at Leicester. He needs to start. And he does it sometimes, but yesterday at times, the decision making. Sometimes you can just roll it to someone. He's going past him, and then he just whacks it straight at a defender. But what I love about Saka, he's a constant threat. And that thing that I said about Odegaard earlier on, when you reach a certain level, you become a target. You can see this season that Saka is a target. Everyone doubles up on him. And everyone panics when he gets the ball, and that's how good he is. End product will improve with time. He has added more goals and assists this season. I still think he can step that up a level, but I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was better than Martinelli. He was a constant threat. The one thing I will say, please, Mikel, when you feel the game's wrapped up and we've got another game in 3 days, take the man off. The man was getting kicked all over the place last 20 minutes. I'm like, bro, take him off. Give Pepe 20 minutes. Takes him off with 6 minutes to go. Gives Pepe 6 minutes. That's the only little critique that I would have for Mikel Arteta yesterday, We can't get top 4 with just 11 players. You need 3 or 4 of them substitutes to be at it as well. And Pepe comes on the other week against Wolves, scores the winner, changes the game, and now he's back to square one. Hardly getting any game time. I think he could have come on for 20 minutes yesterday. Thomas has already been ripped apart by Saka. Now you go and get him, Pepe. That's the only thing I would have liked to have seen yesterday. Saka, 8 out of 10, one of the best youngsters in Europe. Saka's average performance is an 8. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Rowan said hopefully he's not injured. Tammy said Odegaard, in my opinion, is better than Ozil. Listen, for me, I think it's too early to say that. I think it's very easy as a fan to get caught up in what's in front of your face at that current time. We still have to put respect on Mesut Ozil and say this guy was one of the best number 10s in world football. This guy was winning the World Cup, playing for an unbelievable Real Madrid team with prime CR7. I think it's too early to say that. If I was Martin Odegaard, I'd be saying, listen, I feel that I can outdo what Mesut Ozil did at Arsenal, because Ozil started off brilliant at Arsenal and faded towards the end. That's how I would look at it if I was Odegaard. I don't think Odegaard is at Mesut Ozil's level just yet, but he's young, he's got time, but people are very quick to forget what players have done. Mesut Ozil was genius level of a number 10 at one stage. So people saying time out. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that was borderline, you were close there. And listen, I love Odegaard and what he's producing. But come on, Mesut was world class. It wasn't a joke what Mesut was producing. Let's talk about Alexander Lacazette. I called him a bold fraud live in 4K. But it was a backhanded compliment. We've had a tough few weeks, man. He hasn't been able to hit a barn door. First goal in 10 games that was for Lacazette. But it was needed. It was desperately needed. Got to be honest, I watched the game back again. First half, I didn't think he was great. He played very deep, as he always does. He's saying I've always rated him. But second half, he was better. He needed the goal. Desperately needed the goal. I said, please, let's get a penalty. And if he would have missed that, oh, man, today, this would have been bad for Lacazette. I'm going to give Lacazette a 7.5. More for the penalty than the whole performance, because don't get me wrong, there is a heck of a lot of pressure on that penalty. Heck of a lot of pressure. You haven't scored in 9 games, and Schmeichel's in goal, who's a good goalkeeper, Premier League winner, FA Cup winner. You're at home. You're getting criticised. The manager's talking about your lack of goals. That is a pressure penalty, let me tell you. That is a pressure penalty. So I give him a 7.5. He needs to start scoring for me now. I want to see Lacazette score in the next few weeks if we're going to get top 4. Christian said Saka consistently damaging fullbacks now. Still has a ton of upside. 11 Ozil was levels. Yeah, when Mesut was wearing that 11, I'm sorry. Unbelievable. Unbelievable at Arsenal. Like one of the best number 10s I've ever seen, if I'm honest. Lateas said Odegaard is better than 10 Ozil, not 11. Maybe 10 Ozil was at the end. He was fading. It wasn't working. But 11 Ozil was... 11 Ozil was ridiculous. I can't lie. But Odegaard might have him on work rate. He works and presses harder than Ozil. But we can't deny what Mesut had on the ball. You know, but Odegaard, listen, long way, lots of time. Elliot said, excellent penalty by Lacazette. 7 was earned. Odegaard, hands down, man of the match, said Max. Ronaldo said Ozil was his best teammate he's ever played with. Must be a striker's dream. He'll create anything you want. The substitutes, I'm just going to give them both well, all 3 of them, in fact. I'm going to give them all 5s. I don't think any of them really got in the game. Smith Rowe had a half chance. Maybe could have passed it. I don't blame him for shooting. And Pepe came on for 6 minutes, and the boy Eddie came on for like 2 minutes. So they just get 5s. Mikel Arteta, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. Picked the team that I think we'd have all picked. I don't think anyone would have brought Smith Rowe straight back in ahead of Martinelli. And yeah, the one thing for me, I would have liked to have seen Pepe come on earlier and maybe give Saka a bit of a rest. But it is what it is. Maybe he'll get a bigger run out on Wednesday. So I think that's fair enough. 8 out of 10. You know, I'll give him his praise when he deserves it. You got the real big boy test on Wednesday. That is for sure. 2K watching. What a Monday, people. You lot are coming in flying on this Monday. And there's a good feeling around Arsenal right now, isn't there, man? You know, I had the bank card out this morning, but I never purchased anything. But I was tempted. It feels great when Arsenal win. It really does. Alfred said, Cap, if we had a real striker, Ozil assist level would be ridiculous. He had the best body fakes I've seen, and Ozil had underrated speed. I mean, he got, 19 assists in the season when Giroud went 15 games without scoring. So imagine if he had a decent striker there. He'd have got 24, 25 assists that season and smashed every record. L Spark said, Arteta 8 has found a system that works to the strengths of the players we have. I agree with that. The players look comfortable now. A lot of the time, I felt he was trying to do something that the players weren't capable of. Now they look like they figured it out, and they look like they know that they can do this. So, listen, hats off to him. Absolute hats off to him. Right, people, lunchtime. Let's go. Get the syrup ready. The waffles are cooking nicely. We're ready to go. Mikel is back. And he's out in force. Look at the determination. Fist bump. That's definitely the noise he's making there. Look at that. Look at the way the mouth is. Mikel Arteta. Arsenal's very own. Look at the hair. Look at the gel. You can see the shiny gel. Man's loving life right now. I didn't even realise. What's he got? Has he got a tattoo on his finger? Little tat on his finger. I told you. This is why I call him Mickey Ross, man. Gang signs, man. Spanish mafia settings, man. He ain't ramping. Oh, dear. Man said, where's my waffles? Mickey Ross. Coleman music. He's back, people. He's back and he's on smoke right now. No criticism. No Arteta out shows. Just pure waffles and vibes, people. Pure waffles and vibes. I'm telling you, it was Lambrini football last season. Right now, we're drinking champers fresh out the bottle. 1965, people. Quality settings. Stacking waffles, sipping syrup. Love listening to the Coleman music. Mickey Rose. He's here, people. Right, let's hear what he's got to say. Fist pump and everything. Arteta on the win. Partey, Odegaard, and curried Goatsdale. Arteta was a happy man after we made it 5 wins in a row by beating Leicester. The first time we've won 5 league games, I believe, under Mikel Arteta. Let me end that poll. 55% of you went for Thomas Bomber Clark Partey. You just about edges it. It was close, though. I respect it. They both were absolute quality. And listen, I'm just enjoying seeing both of them play well. It's great that we're kind of passing it around from week to week who performs, you know. So yeah, great. Right, let's get into what the manager had to say on Thomas Partey's goal. He said he almost scored shooting. He had a great shot that hit the crossbar, so he was involved in both goals. The header that he won the penalty as well. With the other action, he had the shot. You can see he was voted Player of the Month. I forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't even talk about that. February Player of the Month. He's come a long way. He has the consistency of the minutes. He understands what we want much better. His cohesion and understanding with the rest of the players is getting better and better. Now it's about consistency. He's been quality, man. He really has. Hey, Curtly, giving you a 10 for calling the goal. I just had that feeling, you know. I had that feeling. And you know what? That's a good point. Arteta Arsenal said you need to do a stream about Arteta. That could be one that I'll do during the international break. As I said, any suggestions for shows? Obviously, we're going to have 2 weeks with no Arsenal. I may do 1 or 2 international games, but in general, it's going to be quiet. So I'm going to do some different content on the days when it's a little bit more quiet with Arsenal news, you know. So, yeah, that could be a shout. But, yeah, Partey hits the post or the bar, tries to bend it. Maybe he just needs to stop whacking the ball. I don't know if he's got that drilled shot yet. Maybe it's just the little curler he can hit, you know. On our consistency, he said, this is what all the coaches want. They understand what we want to do. They can do it at a certain speed. When it gets more complex, you need the right timing, technique, and quality and decision making. But you could see today there were moments when it clicks and everybody is on the same page and they're looking for the same things. Messi VCR7 is one we're doing. I'm going to have to get all kinds of stats and notes out for that, because we need to, you know, really break that one down. That's going to spark huge debate in the community. That is for sure. Tally said, yes, Kurt, she did say would score and start do Partey at the Emirates. Yeah, I felt he was going to score. Reem said, shout out the set piece coach. He's done bits. I think they were saying we haven't conceded from a set piece at home. Some kind of crazy stat like that. Anyway, on Martin Odegaard's form, Odegaard as people are calling him, he was terrific again today in every aspect of the game. What he had to do in defending. He said, when we were high, when we were deep in build-up phases in the final third, the way he understands and manages the game when needed, I think he's come a long way since his arrival. He's showing great maturity and responsibility. He makes the other players better. He looks like a player that if you're a baller, you would enjoy him being in your team. There's nothing, as a player, right, there's nothing better than having another player that you know, number one, will come and get the ball off you. Number two, takes responsibility for having the ball. He takes the ball under pressure. That's what the best players do. You know, when I watched Sambi Lokonga the other week, and this is no shots fired at Sambi, he didn't want the ball under pressure. He was scared of losing it and making a mistake. The best players say, give it to me. I'll make something happen. I'm comfortable on the ball in any area. And it's vital. And as I said, I think we get better when we get an even better striker. I really do, because I think if you've got a striker that can come short and collect it or go long and you can play a through ball, Odegaard's numbers will go up. It will look even better. So I think the sky is the limit. I think he can continue to grow at Arsenal, Martin Odegaard. And if we got a bargain with Odegaard, he said, I don't know. It's still a little bit early to say, but we were certainly convinced that a player that could fit in our club and model. He has every value we want the players to represent. He has the qualities for what we want to do, and we are happy. I want Arteta to just come out on smoke. Just say, yeah, what a bargain, you know. But I get it. He has to keep, you know, he can't go over the top. But hey, it is what it is. People, 2,000 of you in the chat. Can we hit 1,000 likes on the channel? Don't forget to download Spitch. Brilliant competitions on there at the moment. You can win up to £12,000 and it's completely free to play. Don't forget my Twitch link is down there as well. We're ready to get going on there next week. That is the plan anyway. Big Kurt, Sambi diss track. Man's got no guts. Nah, man, you lost. He didn't want the ball though, brother. He was scared of losing the ball at times. I felt sorry for Sambi, man. On whether Liverpool will be a big test for us on Wednesday, he said that's a different level now, and we have to take the game into a new standard to have a chance to beat them. And we know that. Tomorrow we're going to start to prepare how we can beat them, how we're going to start believing, which is crucial to be able to beat them. I mean, one thing I'll say against Liverpool, I think the team picks itself. I think we'll play... I suppose the only one would be Tomiyasu if he's fit. You could have a debate, you go Tomiyasu instead of Cedric. The interesting thing, people, and I don't know if people remember, Tomiyasu got kind of roasted at Anfield by Mane. He gets done at the back post for one of the goals. He gets outpaced a couple of times. So I get it. And listen, on the initial thought process would be if Tomiyasu's fit, you get him back in the team ahead of Cedric. But I just want to remind you, he got kind of dealt with at Anfield. Listen, with Liverpool, you need patience. You need to realise you're not going to have the ball as much as usual. You need to defend properly. And when you get a chance to hit them, you've got to hit them. You've got to really hit them as well. And if you don't punish them, you lose the game. So these are the games where, you know, if Laka gets a chance, you've got to finish it. It ain't like some of these mid-table teams where you miss a sitter and you get another one in 10 minutes. It just doesn't work like that. So we'll have to see. South London's finally said True and Jota in the cup. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been great against Liverpool. We got to do something different. We're at home. I think we've got to take it to them. In the cup, the one thing that I let the team off, in the first leg, Xhaka gets sent off. In the second leg, you know, Partey gets sent off. And we had hardly any midfielders at that time. This game is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. It really is. A draw would be positive, but we've obviously got to go for the win. On Ramsdale producing great saves against Leicester, he said, I think we had a great save. I think the Barnes header in a crucial moment when we were 1-0 up. That's when you need your goalkeeper to come out and get you out of trouble. It was a brilliant save. On Partey's great run of form and what Mikel did to help him, he said, probably being on his neck every day. Oh, my days. Man turned him into a giraffe. Said because he needs it a little bit. It comes from the player, though, I think. We discussed it in the press conference the other day a little bit. I think when a player accepts their reality and when a player accepts that, okay, he wants to be in a different position, you can't expect that change to happen if you don't change anything that you do. He has started to do many other things and you can see that he is enjoying being on the pitch. There's some interesting comments there, man. Man said that he's on his neck, you know. Maybe he's just one of them guys who's a little bit too laid back. And you got to put pressure on him. Sometimes players need that. Latea said, Big C, I'm on a train. I'm a train with waffles in my hand. Hit the likes, people, and subscribe. Best content. Listen, I'm close. You know when you get to a train station, they have that little shop and I'm like, okay, let me get a drink before the train comes. I'm getting my drink and I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Wednesday might be the tipping point for me of whether I do. Big up Snake Eyes. He said, yo, Big C, you are psychic, bro. Epic clip on predicting the Partey goal. Bro, you have the lottery numbers. P.S. If I win, I will share with the community. Hey, man. Listen, I'm only joking. If anyone wins, enjoy the money, man. I'm just trying to give people an opportunity. And obviously, it helps me if you download the app. But if you win 12K, fair play, people. Fair play. International break. We're going to do some different content. I'm going to launch the Twitch channel. We're going to do some collabs. And I'm going to do some different shows. It probably won't be straight Arsenal content daily. We're going to do some debates. A lot of people want the best Emirates ever Arsenal team, the Messi Ronaldo one, and any other suggestions that you want as well. Some people asking for the worst Arsenal team. So yeah, that should keep us busy. I may do a couple of international games if there's a couple of big fixtures. Where's Sidant now? We can't find him, man. He's missing right now. Militant Arteta, he slapped the noodles out of Partey's mouth and said, eat this. I'm telling you, man. Man's on his neck to us. I don't know what he's doing. On My Neck featuring Thomas Partey, the new drop out now. Cone Man music. Mickey Rouse. Oh, dear. He's on his neck to us. But, hey, he's woke him up. Whatever he did to him, it's worked. and whether he allows himself to look at the table and believe we will hold on to our current position. Come on, every manager looks at the table. He said, I look at the table with the games that we have remaining. We know where we are now, but we have to look forward. We have to look at what we do, focus on our performances and prepare for the next match. And that's it, because the rest is just guessing. I'm not a great gambler. I never have been, and I don't want to gamble. What a way to end. Don't ever take Mikel Arteta to the casino, people. He does not want to gamble. He's not a gambler. But I get it. Keep things in perspective. Listen, I heard something on the radio this morning. They were saying, with Arsenal, they're only ever 2 defeats away from a crisis. And sometimes we are a bit like that. I've been like that myself at times. Sometimes I get caught in the emotion, a couple of defeats and my head's gone. There will be a time during this run we'll get beat, let's be honest. I don't see us going 12 games unbeaten, but we have to hold it together if things go wrong at some point. That's how we can get to top 4, if that's going to happen, people. Big games coming up. International break, I mean, we're in good form. We could have probably done without the international break, if I'm being honest. But we have to, we still have to make the most of it and continue to work. A lot of our players are not called up for their national team, so the ones that are not, he can work with on the training ground. Best waffle this season. Michael said he's a hustler. Pot noodle went flying. I'm telling you, man, smashed them noodles out his hand. Said, boy, you better eat some proper food. I didn't pay 45 million and have Robbie dancing around the Emirates for you to play at 4 out of 10 and eat noodles, mate. You better eat some proper food. He took a big gamble in January. I said this many times. Listen, if we get top 4, then, you can say that is just incredible to allow Aubameyang to go, not replace him, and somehow you get top 4. My worry was always, if we don't get top 4 because we don't score enough goals, then you will have to ask the question, why did you not replace him? Letting go of him, we can probably accept that. Not replacing him was the big question mark. But if he gets top 4 without replacing him, I think he's done absolutely unbelievable. I really do. Killer said, Liverpool scare me. We can't be scared. We've got to embrace it. What's the point in us being scared? We know how hard the game is. I understand. I feel what you're saying. These are our next 6 fixtures. So obviously we play Liverpool and Villa, then it's international break. I mean, I think that's a difficult run. I really do. I think when you're trying to get top 4, every game starts to look difficult to you because you kind of talk yourself into believing how difficult a game it can be. I mean, Liverpool at home, we know how tough that's going to be. Villa away. Villa are very up and down at the moment. 1 week, they battered Leeds. Then yesterday they lost to West Ham, looked quite average. I just think, Villa's a 12:30 kickoff. I don't like early kickoffs. It's away from home. Gerrard will be fired up. They know we're in good form. It could be tricky. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to bring this one up on the screen, but Daily Mail today trying to say that Arsenal are being linked with Coutinho at the end of the season. I'm not even going to do you the disservice of bringing it up on the screen. I'm convinced we're going to be linked with him when he's about 37. The story basically says Aston Villa are not totally convinced that they can capture the signing of Philippe Coutinho this summer, as his agent has declared he's being linked with another Premier League club, believed to be Arsenal. He has a €40 million release clause this summer, which is around £34 million. Arsenal have been interested in him in the past, and his agent is Kia Jarapchin. It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. If we were going to sign Coutinho, we'd have signed him by now. They're not going to sit and watch him at Villa for 6 months and then go and get him. He's 29 now as well. Them days are long gone, in my opinion. But he has been good. He has been good this season, and we will have to get hold of him. I would say, looking at this, I think we've got to win 4 of them. How many games there? 6. I think we've got to win 4 of them, at least. Really, Villa, Palace, Brighton, Southampton. They're tricky games, because sometimes we just go to them places and don't turn up. But United at home even, you've got to beat United at home. To be honest, you've got to beat United at home if you want top 4. you'd probably say we're favourites to beat all of them apart from Liverpool. So in theory, you would say I want 15 points. But it doesn't work like that at times, you know. All of those games are hard. Palace away is always a tough game, you know. Villa will be tough. There's a long way to go. It's so difficult to predict, let's be honest. Snake Eye said we can beat Liverpool. They play a high line, and if Saka and Martinelli can use their pace, I think we can get at them. It will be hard, but we can do it. The thing is, and I think I said this yesterday, Liverpool's strength is their weakness. Their fullbacks are their strength. They're the best fullbacks in the country, probably, in my opinion. Especially the way, you know, imagine playing left back. You're playing against Salah and Trent's on the overlap, or you're playing against Mane and Robertson. It must be a nightmare for a fullback. But then the thing is, they bomb on and leave themselves exposed, and that's where you've got to hit Liverpool on the break. That's how West Ham beat Liverpool this season, and that's where you got a chance. Now, people, a little bit of news, bit of breaking news. Now, I don't want to get people's hopes up, because this could just be precaution, but I'm just reading. The Liverpool Echo have just said, in fact, let me show you. I'm going to show you. Let me show you. This could be good news for Arsenal. I can see some of you putting it in the comments as well. Mohamed Salah injury concern grows as Liverpool striker absent from training. And the article apparently says he's having a scan. Now, he came off injured against Brighton at the weekend. Apparently overstretched. And they're saying it's a risk whether he'll play. Salah would be a massive... I mean, the thing is, it's so crazy with Liverpool. On one hand, I'm thinking, yes, Salah doesn't play. But then you're like, well, they're going to have Mane and Luis Diaz. You know, it's not much easier. It's just Salah's probably more of a goal-getter than the other two. But still, we'd have to see the positives in it if Salah missed the game, let's be honest. It could be Klopp playing games. Maybe he's been looked at and the physio's just said he's fine, but maybe don't train him today. But we're obviously going to jump all over it and think that he's not playing. I've got no doubt he's going to play. I think he's probably said, listen, he's overstretched a little bit. Don't train him on Monday. Have a light session on Tuesday and play on Wednesday. I don't buy into anything. You've got to remember, Klopp and Arteta are not the biggest of friends, shall we say. So Klopp will be really fired up for this game. George said, I'm more worried about Jota. He's got a great goal record against Arsenal. Obviously, Manchester City play Palace today away from home. So the pressure's going to be on Liverpool either way. If City win, they have to win. If City lose, they're going to be like, oh my God, Liverpool are going to be thinking they can go past them. So this game, I'm looking forward to it. I think you have to embrace these games. This is what football is all about, in my opinion. We can sit there and go, oh, Liverpool, they're so good, this, that, the other, which they are. Let me be respectful. Liverpool, for me, I think they're absolutely brilliant, and their manager is outstanding. But they're not robots, you know. They are beatable. You look at Liverpool, they've drawn 6 games this season and lost 2. They have dropped points, so let's not pretend they're some unbeatable team. You know, I'm just quickly scouring through their fixtures to see who they've kind of dropped points against to try and give us a little bit of hope here. I mean, they drew with Chelsea. They lost to Leicester as well. Lost 1-0 to Leicester, and Leicester, I mean, we just pumped them twice. They drew with Tottenham. I mean, look, they're a great team. We know they are, and obviously West Ham beat them 3-2. But we got to try and hurt them. Like Kevin Campbell said, you got to punch them in the mouth. You got to, bang! You're at the Emirates now, people, and we're thriving. We're going to come for you. Can you handle Martinelli? I think Martinelli can go at Trent. I think Saka can go at Robertson. You know, it's going to be tough, but we can't be afraid. We got nothing to lose. It's not no free hit, though. I'm looking at Arsenal to grab at least a point out of this game. I'm telling you. Liverpool looked a bit tired against Inter last week, as L Sparks is saying. A lot of football, a lot of pressure. Squad's not the biggest. We need to have a go at them. Have a go at them. Don't be afraid of them. I'm looking forward to that game. Brook the next settings, man. I'm telling you. Emirates is a fortress right now. We're brilliant at home. We really are. We've been fantastic at home. Ramveer Singh in the building. Yeah, I see him on AFTV yesterday. Yeah, man. Loved that. Apparently he's a big Arsenal fan, man. So I love seeing, you know, celebrities and that supporting the Gunners. A big look, man. Big look. Nah, no free hits. Even Lee Judges won't call it a free hit this time, man. City will be looking to win today, and once they do, Klopp will want to keep up with them. Yeah, that's pressure for them. That'll put them under more pressure. Perisic was great against Trent. Yeah, you've got to get at Trent. Just get at him. He's amazing going forward. Defensively, he can be got at. Big up Abhinav, who said, Big C, it's his birthday today. Sad that Leicester didn't. Hey, behave yourself, man. Relax. But listen, happy birthday, man. Appreciate it, and hope you have a good day. Really do. Rihanna is also a gooner. Squad not the biggest. This is the best squad he's had in years. No, but you look at certain positions. You look at who's their cover at right back for Trent. They don't really have an out-and-out fullback there. I think when Fabinho's out, do they have a DM that kind of replaces him? I would say Thiago's by far their best ball-playing centre mid. I think in them attacking areas now, they're a lot stronger. With bringing in Diaz and Jota, their front three is now like a front five. But obviously in certain areas, you know, Trent has to play for them, or it's a crisis, really. They don't have a right-back anywhere near the same level. But they're strong. They're strong. I think Liverpool will probably win another trophy this season. I don't know whether they're going to win the Champions League or the Prem or the FA Cup, but I do think Liverpool will win another trophy, but it depends. Rich said, big up to you, C. Best content on here. Big up to you from Washington. Appreciate that, bro. Let me get a few more comments in before we round up. 2,100 of you in the chat. Unbelievable numbers, man. I think every Arsenal fan woke up with a little grin on their face this morning, man. Whether you're going to work or you're going to study or you're chilling, everyone woke up with that feel-good factor, man. Yo, that something's happening at Arsenal. Just, can you imagine this channel and Arsenal fans and the feeling if we get in the Champions League and all of a sudden, you know, we've gone from looking at Dominic Calvert-Lewin to trying to get Gnabry or Sterling or, you know, we can look at that top. We can go to Harrods. We ain't got to go to TK Maxx or Audi. You know, Arsenal with Champions League is a different animal because we're playing good football. We're in London. We pay massive wages. We got money to spend. We're an attractive proposition again, you know? It's like that girl when you was in school who didn't look great. You see her 7 years later, she's had surgery, and all of a sudden, you're like, "Raw, what's gone off here?" She's had a good, you know, good 20 grand and a good surgeon and stepped the game up, you know? That's how Arsenal gonna, that's how they need to go on this summer, man. Some surgery for real. Haaland or Mbappe, you know me. I'm Mbappe FC, man. He's done it on the biggest stage, so I'm slightly Mbappe ahead of him. PSG fans were booing Messi and Neymar. I see it. I saw this big report in France saying that they're going to try and sell Neymar this summer. I mean, good luck selling Neymar, mate. 500 grand a week. Not really been at it. Ego is out of control. Messi, they just need to set up a GoFundMe for Messi and just send him home. Just send him home. Buy out your own contract and go back to Barca, man. He should not be in Paris. He hates it there, man. I'm telling you. C-Unit getting me hyped, thinking of the possibilities. Dream that dream, man. We have to. I'm telling you. People saying Poch's been sacked. Is that like actual breaking news, factual news? Let me know, people. The girl see rejected back in eyes. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Let me just check that. People saying Poch has been sacked. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't look like it. Apparently, they're saying his job's under consideration, what I'm seeing here. Doesn't say that he's been sacked, or has he? Zidane set to replace Poch in the summer. And they will raid Real Madrid for Benzema, as Madrid look to secure Mbappe. No, he hasn't been sacked. He'll be gone in the summer, let's be honest. We all know he's out. He'll end up at United. Them analogies are top tier. You know, man. You know, it's we've all been there, you know. Who do you think we're going to sign? Oh, man, come on. Haaland or Mbappe, if only. CR7 made Tom Brady come back. He was at the game, right? I see he was at the game, the Man United game. Tally said, yes, we need a massive amount of money this summer to get some more proper play. We need that next level now. I think we've signed a lot of players around. They're young. They've got a lot of potential, a lot of room to improve. Now we need that little bit of magic. That midfielder next to Partey that can boss the game. That striker that can score 20 goals that's a match winner. You know, a couple of squad players as well. Because if we're in Europe, we've got a very small squad at the moment. We're going to have to extend that squad by 4 or 5, I think. Neymar definitely regrets the PSG move. It's been a shocker, hasn't it? Let's be realistic about signings. Who would you... Listen, I think if we're in the Champions League, honestly, I think, depending on contract situations... Listen, midfield, you could get Neves, Tielemans, Basuma, Aouar... All them kind of midfielders, you could get any of them if we was in Champions League. You know, winger, if you need a winger. I think if Sterling doesn't renew, you could go for him. Gnabry doesn't renew, you could go for him. Someone just said there Nkunku. I mean, I believe Nkunku's got like 24 goals this season in that attacking midfield role. We nearly signed him under Emery. Striker, I think, you know, you could go for Lautaro. You could go for Osimhen. All of them strikers, I think, would come to Arsenal. It would just be a case of, could you agree the fee with the manager and with the chairman, you know? That would be the problem. Sprinkle talents. I'm telling you, we just need that magic. Listen, if Chelsea are in a mess, people saying Reece James, but if Chelsea were in a mess, but still by the summer, I would be, I'd take Rudiger. Rudiger's out of contract. I'd take Rudiger at Arsenal all day long. But I can't imagine Arteta working with him. He's a bit of a spiky character from what I hear. Renato Sanchez, top target. I already got injured the other day. Maybe the injury puts people off. Lewa is a free. I think he's got a year left, Lewa. I think Bayern were saying if they don't renew, they might sell him. Osimhen is a ball. I would bring Origi on a free, 100%. 100%. Big C, stay away from Reece and Rudy. Wow, it depends what situation you're in the summer. Graham said, Curtis, if City have Alvarez and get Haaland, do you think we can get Jesus and Sterling? I think we could. I'm not sure if I'd want Jesus. Got to be honest. I think he's decent, but I always think he's a little bit lightweight in the Prem, but he's decent. He is decent. Usman said, Big C, we have to go up against Haaland next season. I believe we need an experienced beast of a centre-back. Maybe. Listen, Ben White and Gabriel, get Saliba back, and you've probably got enough. Right, folks, I've been on for an hour and 18 minutes now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, download Spitch and follow my Twitch link as well in the description below. Let's get those numbers up. And like this video and subscribe. I appreciate all your support. 2,100 of you in here. Tomorrow, we'll be back. So tomorrow, 2 p.m, Arsenal update, and then tomorrow night we'll be doing Man United Atletico watch along. So busy day tomorrow. Member stream Wednesday, Arsenal v Liverpool watch along Wednesday, and then we'll take it from there, people. So listen, enjoy your week, Arsenal fans. Keep smiling, and not just Arsenal fans, everyone, in fact. You know, the world's a crazy place right now. Stay positive, stay blessed, and I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.